Good evening, everyone. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Hello and welcome to race number 2 of FR Racing's Indy Racing World Series presented by Rogue Energy. We're looking forward to an exciting race here tonight from Indianapolis Raceway. Here we are taking a look at Zito in the number 9 car as he sets off for qualifying. We got about 5 minutes left of qualifying as we are here at the Hoosier 150 Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Some interesting facts about the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which we are at tonight. It is located in Indianapolis, Indiana. It opened in 1909 with a length of 2.5 miles for the oval and has banking of 9.2 degrees for the turns. Something notable, I think this year is the 108th running of the Indianapolis 500. Going over the standings after one race, we have Bill Cawley, who has 51 points. Derek Booker in second, who has 41 points. Austin Johnson with 45 points. Eric Richardson with 35 points. Wyatt Franklin with 31 points. Jake Zito with 31 points. DJ Fluck with 26 points. Mark Ouellette with 24 points. Joe Hutchings with 22 points. Ian Miller with 21 points. Eric Mattingly with 19 points. And Brian McKinney with 18 points. And here we are watching Zito, who's going for his qualifying. I believe this is his second lap. Tonight we should have a very exciting race. We got 16 drivers with us tonight. It'll be a fun-packed action of racing. Some things to look out for at this track. It's 60 laps, and they're looking at a fuel window between laps 29 and 30. Looking at 1 to 2 stops. One stop being preferable, but 2 stops being a chance with the fuel and the tire. Will be cautions for crashes that go back onto the main course of the track. And there will be 1 green flag, white flag, and checkered flag. The previous winner at this race course is Derek Booker, who is in the race with us tonight, and he is currently looks like he's in the pits, so it looks like he will be starting 14th place for us tonight. Let's give some love for our Wednesday night dash people. So season 8 schedule for Wednesday night dash. Tomorrow night, they're actually at Indianapolis Speedway at the oval, in the oval setting. So they will be running the Brickyard 100 tomorrow night. Green flag is at 10:17 p.m. Eastern time. Tune in tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern time for part 2 of Indy Week here on Stadium Scene TV. The NASCAR Cup Series cars are back on the same legendary oval for the Brickyard 100 on Wednesday Night Dash, featuring drivers newcomer Chris Fuge driving the number 68 car and pairing with the series leader Colton Gardner to form Smoky Mountain Racing. Tune in for Wednesday Night Dash live at iRacing Indianapolis Motor Speedway tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Stadium Scene TV. So let's take a look at, as qualifying ends, let's take a look at our schedule, FR Racing's Indy Racing World Series schedule. Today we are at Indianapolis And next week, we will be at Road Atlanta, which we will have 45 laps of good racing. And then we'll be at Homestead the following week. And then a break before we go to Auto Club. Then back to Indianapolis, but in the road configuration. Milwaukee, Iowa, Texas, and then end it. And we will end the series. We will end the season in Las Vegas under the nice lights. And it looks like everyone is going in for the formation lap. And we will go through the order of start to finish for the race tonight. Tonight's race will be a good race. Bigger field compared to last week. Oh, wow. We have 18 drivers. I did not realize we had 18 drivers tonight, but this will be a fun race. Especially considering that last week we had a fun-filled race with just 12 drivers. Tonight's 18 drivers will be a lot of fun to just watch driving around the course. And they are off. Oops, sorry about that. Let me fix that real quickly. Again, apologies about the technical difficulties tonight. I'm not sure why I'm having so much more difficulties, but we are live, we are broadcasting. Let's see if everything works out well. On that note, we will go through the standings. So in P1 we have Hutchings, P2 we have Chinsky, P3 we have Hughes, P4 we have Mattingly, P5 we have Lugo Vickery, 6th we have Franklin, 7th we have Miller, who's currently out. 8th place is Richardson. 9th place is Vickers. 10th place is Zito. 11th place is Fluck. 12th place is Graves. 13th place is Birmingham. 14th Booker. 15th McKinney. 16th Ouellette. 17th Johnson. And 18th Cooley II. And we're off. Looks like a good jump by the whole field so far. And it's a close race from the beginning. I did hear a lot of interesting conversations about how turn 3 will be a very interesting turn for a couple of the drivers tonight. It'll be interesting to see how it turns out. It looks pretty clean so far. Good clean race for lap 1. 17 out of the 18 drivers are out on the track. They are all within about half a second of each other, it looks like. Looks like Ian Miller in the number 48 car, who's currently sitting at 18th place, had a computer shutdown for some weird reason. So it's good to know that I'm not the only one who is having technical difficulties. But I wish that I did not have any technical difficulties tonight. So it would be nicer to be able to run everything smoothly, but that is the joys of technology. Again, thank you for joining us tonight in our broadcast, FR Racing's Indy Racing World Series, presented to you by Rogue Energy. Good look at the field, and looks like Ian Miller is joining the race. He is sitting 18th place in the number 48 car, and he is 2 laps down. That looks like Ouellette in the number 80 car is in the pits too. I wonder if he had a slight incident and had to get some repairs done. Oh, it looks like someone else is going to the pits. Oh, there looks like be a slight incident, but not enough to be a caution flag. Looks like it is Mattingly in the number 23 car who has to go into the pits. McKinney also goes into the pits. Must have been a small incident between the two of them. Good close race tonight. Looks like the lead of Chinsky in the number 44 car is taking a pretty big gap between him and Hutchinson in the number 25 car. Oh, that was close by the number, looks like the number 24 car? Someone in the back, maybe it's the number 8 car. Oh, and there's some contact there. Oh, there's a lot of action with 18 cars on the racetrack tonight. This is going to be interesting to try to keep up with all the action tonight. On that note, let's take a look at the lead. As we were watching Hutchings, who is chasing down Chinsky, there's a pretty big gap between first, second, and third place, and also between third and fourth place. I wonder if an incident has allowed this gap to form between all the drivers here. Looks like there's a couple more incidents near the back with Richardson in the pits too. Some interesting shakeups going on. So we switch back over away from the lead to view some close races. Right now we're watching the race for 7th place between Birmingham and Booker. So Booker takes the inside lane and tries to overtake Birmingham in the number 41 car. And it looks like Birmingham shuts the door in front of him and tries to keep Booker behind him. And Booker takes 7th place away from Birmingham as he takes the inside line. Let's see if he can keep it. Ooh, got some blinking there by Birmingham there in the number 41 car. It'll be a little interesting to watch how that affects the other drivers around him. And it looks like Mark Vickers in the number 84 car is also in the pits. Seems to be a lot of people going in the pits tonight. I wonder if that has anything to do with tapping the wall or not. Or if they're just racing so close that they are causing a lot of incidents. Remember, tonight we have one quick repair. And then afterwards, it'll be a regular full repair. Ooh, that's not a good place to be blinking right there. And it looks like Birmingham hits the wall and we'll have to go into the pits. Yeah, there he goes into the pits. Seems like lots of wall scratches tonight. Not too many incidents that linger onto the main part of the track to cause a yellow caution flag to come out, but enough to cause a lot of drivers to be down by 1 or 2 laps. As we look at Miller, who started a little late, he started 2 laps down due to technical difficulties, is back up in 17th place now. He's still 2 laps down. And if there's a caution flag, he might be able to unlap himself. But as of right now, he is still 2 laps down. We have Roulette in the number 80 car, who's below him. Lots of good racing by Booker tonight, and let's see if we can go around and give some love to the other parts of the field. We'll take a look at another close race between Cooley and Fluck for 8th place. Looks like Fluck is defending his number 8 spot from Cooley in the number 31 car. And it looks like there's a lapped car in front of him. No, behind him? Yes, behind him. I'm not sure which car that is behind him. Looks like it's possibly the number 41 car. Can't quite make out the numbers on there. Maybe it's the 84 car of Mark Vickers. Nope, it's the number 48 car of Ian Miller. He is following close behind Cooley the second in the number 31 car. And DJ Fluck in the number 88 car has opened up the gap between himself and Cooley. And there looks to be a half-second gap between the two. And we're going back to Booker, who's having another close race between him and Franklin. They're duking it out for the 5th place position. Gets behind him for the slipstream, trying to slingshot himself ahead. And it looks like he's got a lot of... Oh, he got close. Takes the inside line, trying to get around Franklin, was unable to do so. Oh, there he goes. He takes the inside route and gets around Franklin and takes 5th place away from Franklin. Looks like Chinsky's still in the lead and has a bigger gap away from Hutchings. About a 2-second gap for the lead. And then we got Hughes, who's slowly chasing down Hutchings in the number 25 car. Looks like Franklin's trying to break the slipstream to prevent Booker from getting around him. But it looks like he was successful for now. We'll see how he does in the backstretch of this racetrack to keep Booker away from taking his 5th position. Right behind the battle for 5th place between Booker and Franklin, we have Birmingham in the number 41 car, it looks like. And it looks like he has actually kind of backed away. Not quite in the running to take a spot, but just sitting there prowling and watching this battle fight in front of him. And Booker gets in front again. Let's see if he can keep his 5th position spot away from Franklin. Jumping over to Miller in the number 48 car. Looks like he's got a pretty close race between him and Cooley the second. Although he is a lap down from Cooley the second. He's 2 laps down, pardon me. He'll race hard to try to make up for the 2 lost laps because of some technical difficulties. Yeah, lots of good racing between Franklin and Booker tonight so far. They've been going back and forth for 5th place. Things to look out for again, just a quick reminder. The fuel window is between laps 29 and 30 as we're getting about 10, 11 laps away. We'll see what the strategy is for a lot of these drivers since we have not had a caution flag yet. As we're on board with Booker, who was our previous champion at this race course. He's currently stuck in 5th place, battling it out between him and Franklin. We'll see if he can repeat his win and be able to take the lead away. Although he is a little behind from the lead pack, or should I say leader, since he is a second and a half ahead of 2nd place, who's almost 2 seconds ahead of 3rd place. Looks like Tyler Lugo Vickery and the number 6 car is slowly catching up to 3rd place of Hughes in the number 18 car. On that note, let's hop in the car of... Oh, looks like a slight accident back there. Oh, there's our caution flag. I think the incident by Birmingham in the number 41 car has caused that. Yeah, looks like he had a slight run-in with a wall and has created our first caution flag of the race. And we'll go around taking a look at some of these other drivers that are out. It'll be interesting to see how this caution flag will shake up the race and bring everyone together and see how the restart goes. So we are sitting following the leader, Chinsky, in the number 44 car. He was leading at one point, 1.5 seconds ahead of 2nd place of Hutchings. It'll be interesting to see if anyone pits during this caution to gather up some tires and fuel. And it'll also be interesting to see if any of these drivers who are lapped will get to take their lucky dog and unlap themselves. I believe it will be Richardson in the number 13 car who will be able to take the lucky dog. But iRacing has not been as predictable as I hoped it would have been when it comes to the lucky dog. So we will find out. Let's see, it looks like a lot of the drivers on the lead lap are coming into the pits. Let's see if anyone stays out. Looks like a handful of drivers. Looks like Fluck, Zito, Birmingham, Richardson, Vickers, and Roulette have stayed out. We'll see how the race shakes out with all the drivers leaving the pits. I believe Richardson got the lucky dog and is trying to catch up with the pack right now. So I think I guessed correctly tonight with the lucky dog, which I'm kind of happy about. It looks like everyone is back. Looks like the top 13 cars are back on the lead lap. The drivers that were one lap behind, who stayed out, were able to unlap themselves, it looks like. Or they're running in front of the leader, so they are just barely running ahead of being one lap down. And I believe Richardson was able to unlap himself. And I think we got either 1 or 2 more laps to go until it is green flag racing again. Hope everyone's having a good night so far. No one's getting sick and taking it easy and able to relax and watch the race tonight. Fortunately, I think I might be coming down with something, and I guess my PC might be coming down with something too, based on all the technical difficulties I had starting her up today. Hopefully everyone's either staying warm in cold areas or staying relatively cool in warm areas. Try not to catch the cold or whatever's going around. A lot of my friends and co-workers and some of the drivers getting sick right now, so hopefully everyone staying healthy and able to enjoy the race tonight. Well, it looks like we got our lead driver, Chinsky, the number 44 car. Hughes is running second in the number 18 car. And Lugo Vickery in the number 6 car is running third place from this caution, after this competition, or not competition caution, but this caution flag. Looks like they might be getting ready to go. Let's see here. We'll keep an eye on the pace car. Makes a sharp. Yep, here we go. Green flag racing. Coming right up. Green flag, and they are off. Chinsky gets a good start. The green flag. Hughes tries to follow with Chinsky trying to break the slipstream, and Lugo Vickery follows right behind. Good jump by everyone off of the caution. Oh, there's another caution. Looks like possibly an... Ooh, wow, English is not working out tonight. Possibly an incident in the back. Looks like Vickers is in the pits. We'll take a look at... looks like it's not working. Looks like there might have been an incident in the back. Mattingly's in the pits right now. Vickers is out. We'll take a look at Fluck and see. Maybe his car has... Looks like he has no damage. I'm not sure what happened, but there's another caution flag out. So it will be... I believe it will be Ian Miller's turn in the number 84 car to take the lucky dog to go around and unlap himself one more lap. Well, let's hop in. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what caused this caution flag to go off, and that was right after the restart. The lead pack got to, looks like turn 2, and then the caution flag came out, so I'm assuming that one of the cars spun out and unfortunately had a slight meeting with the wall on turn 1 or turn 2, and must have dragged Vickers and McKinney potentially, and Mattingly. These are just assumptions. I'm not too sure. They might be in there for pits for tires. I believe all these drivers have already used their quick repair, so I'm not sure. Let's see if we can take a look at Miller here. Ooh, that's a little too far. He doesn't look to have any damage, so maybe... but he is in the pits, and looks like he might be getting repairs done right now. Yeah, it looks like he was part of the incident. Looks like his alignment's not quite right. His front tire looks a little off. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. There might be some damage on McKinney's car. I could not tell you if there is. And back to the main pack. As they're going around, I think they're going to go one more lap around. And then the pace car will go in and get ready for the race to go back into green flag session. Looks like there hasn't been much of a shakeup. And it does look like Miller was able to unlap himself. So he took the lucky dog, and instead of being 2 laps down, he is 1 lap down. Miller in the number 48 car is currently sitting 13th place. The 12th place of Hutchings is currently in the pits. He was at one point 2nd place in this race, and he is currently in 12th. We got 34 more laps to go. Lap 27 out of 60. And I believe the things to look out for, this would be the fuel window coming up in 2-3 laps, but with all these cautions coming out, I believe that they will probably not need to worry about the fuel window. Then it'll make it very interesting to watch for the very end of the race if they have clean racing all the way through, knowing that the pit window for the fuel window is laps 29 and 30. So being on lap 27, 28, will there be a couple cars who will pit between laps 30 and 60? Because I think they will run out of fuel if they do not. Here we are getting ready for the race, getting ready for a more green flag session. Let's watch the pace car take its sharp turn in. And here we go. Green flag, they're off, and Chinsky takes the inside of the straightaway, right away from the start, to try to break the slipstream. Looks like the top 4 got a good jump. There's a slight gap between 4th and 5th place. And we'll see if we can keep a nice clean race. Oh, that's interesting. Chinsky's taking the inside line, and we got Hughes, who's following close behind. Just sitting barely under 1/10 of a second behind him. Now sitting at 1/4 of a second. Oh, and there looks to be a slight accident with Lugo Vickery, and there's a caution flag. Lugo Vickery had a run-in with a wall, and he looks to be stuck in the middle. Yes, that would call for a caution flag. Let's see if he can make it into the pits. Nope. Looks like he will be limping it back to the pits after a lap around. Looks like another car's in the pits. Maybe they were not able to dodge Lugo Vickery when the accident happened. So this will change the fuel cycle again. We'll see if the drivers decide to pit this lap or the next lap. I feel like they would either pit the next lap or the following after, just based on the fuel strategy of about 29 laps. But when you're driving slow to under caution, it does take up more fuel from these race cars. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out and how the race strategy goes for all these drivers. And there we have Lugo Vickery limping it back to the pits. Looks like he's... Oh, there's a couple cars, it looks like, in the back who had an unfortunate run-in. Looks like the number 25 car of Hutchings also had a run-in with no, oh, I thought it was this car. Let's see. Yes, it is the number 25 car. His tire is not pointed the right way. So hopefully he has a quick repair still left. If not, he will have to sit and repair before he can join the rest of the field. It looks like we have our lucky dog car. It looks like it is Ouellette who gets the lucky dog. Currently 9 laps down. Hopefully he'll get back down to 8 laps. Let's take a look at the standings while we are under caution. So currently, in the lead of after one race, we have Bill Coley in the number 31 car. Second place, we got Derek Booker with 41 points. And in third place, we have the number 24 car of Austin Johnston for the top 3. Oh, it looks like we have a tie for third place. With Eric Richardson, the number 13 car, also sitting at 35 points. We also have a tie at 5th place between the number 3 car of Wyatt Franklin and the number 31 car, and Jake Zito and the number 9 car. Tonight's race will kind of shake that up, I feel like. As we take a look real quickly. Chinsky, who is not on the point standings, has led most, if not all, of the laps so far tonight, and he's not currently on the point standing since I believe he missed the race. Hughes is also not on here, is currently on the race at 2nd place, and Franklin is currently sitting 5th on our point standing, is currently 3rd on the race tonight. So we'll have to keep an eye out to see if Franklin can stay in 3rd place to try to maintain wrong choice of vocabulary. We'll see if Franklin can shake up the standings for the season and potentially take the lead and lead us out of race number 2 points wise. Having that big point gap between all the drivers that missed last week, I think that's a pretty good, I don't know if fluff is the right word, but pretty good gap to have between Chinsky and Hughes. And green flag is out. We are a go. We got 32. We're on lap 32. We got 29 laps to go. We'll see how fuel management and fuel strategy and tire management will go for the rest of this race. Let's hope for a nice clean race to see how fuel strategy will work out for all these drivers. Looks like Chinsky and Hughes got a great jump off of the green flag after the caution. And there's a slight gap between Hughes and Franklin, about 1.3 seconds. As we are taking a look at Lugo Vickery, who was at one point in the top 3, and now sitting in 11th place, having to fight back to get back up to where he was earlier. Looks like he had a quick repair, so he was able to join the field pretty quickly. It's either that or he had only minor damage, which I'm not sure if that's the case, with his nose cone kind of half off after the incident that happened that caused the caution flag to come out earlier. Looks like after that caution flag, there's a good race between 1st and 2nd place between Chinsky in the number 44 car and Hughes in the number 18 car. Only 0.2 of a second separate the two. Looks like Hughes got a good run into turn one. Let's see if he can get close to Chinsky. Manage to take the inside line and potentially take the lead away. As we take a look behind them, looks like in third place we have Franklin, the number 3 car. Graves, in the number 32 car, sits in 4th place, and Richardson, in the number 13 car, sits in 5th place. Interesting driving strategy by Chinsky, trying to cut the slipstream down by going on the inside. A good defense by him. We'll see how that does affect his tires, though. I don't think it will affect him too badly. But any kind of turning like that will definitely cause a little more tire wear compared to going straight. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye out for that. Looks like there's a good race between 3rd and 4th place between Franklin and Graves. They are sitting about 0.4 of a second apart. If it gets closer than this race right here for the lead, we will pan over to them. But as of right now, we will keep our eyes out for Hughes, who is less than 1/10 of a second behind Chinsky. He had a great run right up until second turn. And let's see if he can get slingshotted here and catch up to Chinsky and overtake him for the lead. Looks like there's a good race between P1, P2, P3, P4. And it looks like Richardson is slowly catching up to 4th place of Graves as he dukes it out for 3rd place of Franklin. It looks like there's another good race brewing between 9th and 10th place of Colley II, who sits at 9th place, and Lugo Vickery in 10th place. There's a couple good races going on so far, and we will keep an eye out on all of them. Overall, pretty good race, I would say. It'll be interesting to see how the fuel strategy goes and the tire management goes, especially with only a 9-degree banking on all the turns here at Indianapolis. On the next lap, let's hop into Hughes' car in the number 18 car and take a lap around Indianapolis. So enter turn 3, exited, and go into turn 4. About half a second gap between Hughes and Chinsky, and we will hop in his car. And that's one lap around the raceway on board with Hughes. And we will take a look at Graves in the number 4 car, or sorry, not number 4 car, in 4th place, in the number 32 car, who's coming close to Franklin in 3rd place in the number 3 car. 0.4 of a second separate the two of them. And right behind is Richardson in the number 13 car, who's also sitting 0.4 of a second behind them. Very close race tonight with a lot of these drivers, especially after this most recent caution flag. Looks like a lot of these drivers are trying to cut the slipstream off from the drivers behind them by going on the inside of both the front stretch and the back stretch. Looks to be working, but well, let's keep an eye out and see how well it works for all these drivers. It'll be interesting to see if there's where the tire grips on the tracks are amongst all of these corners. The total of 4 corners. The grip can make the biggest difference between being able to take a fast corner and a not so fast corner. Looks like there's some smoke there. I'm not sure if there's a car that spun out in front of them. Doesn't seem to be so. That was a little bit of smoke there. I'm not sure what that was from. The gap between Graves and Richardson is widened to 9/10 of a second. But the gap between Franklin and Graves has not really shifted too much. They're at a 1/4 of a second. The gap between the lead and second place of Hughes has widened to 1 second. While the gap between Hughes and Franklin for second place and third place respectively has widened to 6, almost 7 seconds. Looks like there's a good race between 9th and 10th place. There was. It looks like the gap has widened from 1/10 of a second to 1/2 a second. That is between Johnson and the number 24 car, who sits at 9th place, and Fluck in the number 88 car, who now sits in 10th place. He sits 1/2 a second behind. Looks like Graves catches up to Franklin on the entry to each of the turns, but as soon as they hit the straightaway, it looks like Franklin kind of runs away from Graves. Although this time it might be different. It looks like Graves has a better entry into the corners, while Franklin has a better exit. So this will be an interesting race to watch. Between the two of them, depending on how one takes one corner. One mess up and Graves or Franklin will have the position, while the other one gets eaten up by Richardson in 5th place as he sits there just eyeing the two drivers, just trying to catch their slipstream. I'm not sure how far back slipstream works, so I can't really say on how come the other drivers are also shifting behind Franklin, but it looks to be working for both Chinsky and Franklin, as they were able to keep their spots. As Chinsky has now a 4-second lead from Hughes. And Hughes leads by 6 seconds in front of Franklin. As Franklin is defending his spot in 3rd place from Graves and the number 32 car. Uh, 14 more laps to go. We are currently on lap 47. It's been about... this might cause some broadcaster jinxing, but let's just do it anyways. It's been about 16 laps since our last caution flag. We got about 13 more laps to go. Let's see how this turns out. Hopefully, we got some good clean racing all the way till the end. But we will see, as broadcasters are notorious for causing stuff to happen when they announce interesting facts like that. We'll see if I have the broadcaster's jinx tonight or not. Hopefully I don't. Let me knock on some wood. I don't know if that helps. Sorry if that was loud. My desk is made out of wood, so I knocked on that. But good racing so far for third place. And looks like Richardson is having to start to defend his fifth position from Booker, who is our previous race champion here at Indianapolis Speedway. 12 more laps to go. Some good racing among the drivers. Looks like Graves has kind of backed away from Franklin here. He's currently sitting half a second behind. Let's see if Richardson can capitalize on it and slowly catch up to Graves. Oh, looks like Chinsky went into the pits. Our race leader has gone into the pits. I wonder if he tapped the wall and had to go in. Interesting. Or maybe he had to go in. And it looks like we have a new race leader. It is Hughes and the number 18 car. It'll be interesting to see if he has to pit for fuel or not. Getting back into the race. Oh, looks like Richardson is in second now. Oh, what is going on? Maybe it's a strategy, because it looks like Franklin's back out. He was fighting for third. He was in third place, but now he is currently in 8th place after his pit stop. Looks like Richardson also went into the pits. Oh, this might be their fuel window. So we'll see how Hughes and Booker will risk it, or will stay out, or will go in and get some fresh tires and fuel as well. As we are on board with Booker as he goes into turn 3. I'm about to head into turn 4. He is about 10 seconds behind the race leader, Hughes. As we hop on board with Graves, who was at one point fighting for 4th, 5th place, and now is a lap down as Hughes has lapped him. Nine laps to go. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the lead cars of Hughes, Booker, Colley II, Hutchings, Fluck, Chinsky, who's back up to 6th, and Franklin. Actually, Chinsky and Franklin have went into the pits. Oh, there goes Hughes into the pits. I wonder if he's getting tires or what. Looks like the incident has happened in the pits. Who is that? Is that Hughes? No, I'm not sure who had the incident in the pits. Looks like Booker is currently leading the race right now. He's got a 5-second gap ahead of Colley II. We'll see if he can do a repeat as we take a look at the things to do with 8 laps to go. So fuel window kind of went out the window. Funny. Sorry about that. Funny. That was kind of a not so funny joke. As we look, the previous winner is Booker, whose car we're in right now. He is currently leading the race with 7 laps to go. He currently leads the race by 5 seconds. Let's take a look and see if he will be able to retain this for the rest of the way. I think he's trying to save fuel by trying to slipstream with a car in front of him, which will be Graves, who's also currently on the lead lap with him. Let's take a look at all the other drivers. Oh, looks like Chinsky is now in 4th place as he's just crawling his way back to the lead. He's got about 15 seconds to catch up to the lead car of Booker. So we take a look at Ian Miller in the number 48 car. He's currently sitting 11th place. He did start the race 2 laps behind due to technical difficulty, and now he's only 1 lap down and sitting in 11th place. Pretty good results for him. I'm sure he's a little frustrated because he was not able to start the race with everyone else. But even considering that, the fact that he is currently in 11th place is pretty good for him, I would say. Let's hop on board with Hutchings, our former race leader, now sitting in 3rd place. As he catches up to Colley the second. He's got 5 laps to go to try to catch up to Booker to take the lead again. Let's see what his driving line looks like all the way around the course. As he's just getting closer and closer to Colley, the number 31 car. Looks like he has a pretty good entry into turn 1 and turn 2. Oh, we're in Hutchings' car. Catching up to Colley. Chinsky is 10 seconds behind. 4 laps to go. We will see how the rest of this field shakes up. Looks pretty good so far. I am curious to see how this race shakes up. It looks like Booker might be taking a softer line as we watch Colley and Hutchings slowly catch up to Booker. There are 3 laps to go. Let's see. It'll be interesting to see if Booker's strategy changes or if he has to pit. Hutchings is slowly getting closer to Colley the second. There will be a good race for 2nd place, I believe, in the final 2 laps. 2 laps to go, lap 59. Let's see how this race turns out. We will keep an eye on the battle for P3 and P2. And see how the race turns out. White flag, final lap to go. This is lap 60. This is their final time around. Booker currently leads the race by 2 seconds. Let's see if Hutchings can catch up to Colley in 2nd place to finish off the race strong. And it does not. It looks like the standings will stay for the top 3 as they go into their final corner. And checkered flag is out. Booker has repeated himself and has won this race tonight. Second place we have Colley the second. 3rd place we have Hutchings. 4th place we have Chinsky. 5th place we have Hughes. 6th place we have Richardson. 7th place we have Graves as he goes in to finish the race. 8th place is Franklin. 9th place is Fluck. 10th place is Johnston. 11th place is Miller. 12th place McKinney. 13th place Zito. 14th place Ouellette. 15th place Lugo Vickery. 16th Birmingham. 17th Vickers, and 18th place Mattingly. And there's our official results. Derek Booker has won tonight's race. And those are the rest of the results. Let's see if anyone's still out in the track. It does not look like it. Let's see if any of the top 3 drivers are in the chat tonight. It does not look like it. But a good race so far tonight. This is race 2 of 4. I mean, 2 of 10. I believe. Yeah, race 2 of 10 so far. Let's take a look at the standings from after race 1 and see if there will be a shuffle. It looks like there will be a big shuffle with Booker taking the lead. So he will probably jump up. From second place up to first. There's some, there's some interesting racing tonight with the pit strategies and all. Let's see if I can get someone into the broadcast tonight. Let's see. Hey, Derek, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
Hey, congratulations on your race tonight. Welcome to the broadcast. Any thoughts about the race and how it went tonight?
Well, I pitted on lap 29, and I just said, screw it. I'm gonna go for broke. Whether the strategy turns into Alex Rossi's 2016 win, or Robbie Gordon wind up running a lap short, but I just said, screw it. I'm gonna go for broke.
Looked like it turned out pretty well for you.
I had less than a half a tank. Well, half a gallon in the fuel tank. So.
Wow, that's amazing. Anyone you want to thank tonight for your race?
Just everybody on the grid for putting up such a fight tonight and making it fun and competitive. Obviously, you guys for the broadcast, and everybody watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Sweet. Thank you for joining us. I'll put you back into the other broadcast, or an other chat. Thanks for joining, and thanks for doing the quick interview.
I appreciate it. Look forward to joining the party again next week at Road Atlanta.
Oh yeah, it'll be a fun time. Well, that's all we have for tonight. Let's take a look before I sign off. Let's take a look at the schedule. Next week we will be at Road Atlanta. We have 45 laps of awesome and fun racing to do. And then, so we will see you next week, Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your night. My name is Takato Timmerman. Thank you for listening to FR Racing's IndyCar Indy Racing World Series presented by Rogue Energy. Have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.